Hello and welcome to Denver Comedy Update, presented by 5280comedy.com. This is where we give you a calendar of all the events happening this week in Denver comedy. On Wednesday, August 1st, the Ratio Beerworks on Larimer and Rhino has comedy every Wednesday night at 8 p.m. This week is Ratio Comedy's Fresh AF, which stands for Fresh After Farts. So please, hold your farts to the designated farting area. This is a brewery and we need it to smell good. Also, are you a hot, young, freshly divorced thing, finally freed from the shackles of a loving, committed relationship, ready to spend all of your alimony on martinis? Pardon me, this is Denver. I mean craft beer. Well, then head on down to check out Overrated, Underrated at the Tabletop Tap in Englewood and show host Aaron Middleton as he continues to prove how overrated sobriety is. Also, same night is the show that I run, Uncorked, a monthly comedy show for all palates, at the winery Infinite Monkey Theorem in Rhino at 8 p.m., also known as the place where boring Tinder dates, incapable of holding their wine frat boys, puke in the urinals. Wine, it's classy. Thursday, August 2nd, we have the Melee Mic at the Living Room on Broadway at 8 p.m., an open mic hosted by Dick Black, where comedians do their best jokes to compete for cash and their father's love. Also at 8 p.m. on Thursday, down on South Broadway at the Mutiny Information Cafe, there's Queen City Companion, an all-fall storytelling show and a hipster wet dream of musical attempts, one-act plays, and knife juggling, hosted by Brian Flynn. Friday, August 3rd, we have a new show alert. It's Your Dad's Comedy Show, hosted by your dad and mine, Aaron Maslow. It's actually just the show where he brings his kids to keep seeing comedians until one of them says something so horrific that he loses custody of his children. That will be with headliner Katie Hannon at 7 p.m. at the Comedy Room. Also Friday night is the Spirit of Denver Comedy Show kicks off, which is an all-inclusive package, a comedy wagon, including a tour of Fairmount Cemetery, followed by a dark comedy show featuring the funny women in a cemetery, which is perfectly terrifying because we all know that women aren't funny, but we all are witches. Saturday, August 4th, we have Designated Drunkard, which is a comedy show where everyone gets drunk, which makes everyone funnier. So funny, in fact, we all have an orgy and fall in love. $5 of hot, wet cash gets you into this party, hosted by Byron Graham and Katie Hannon. That will be Saturday, 7 p.m. at the Comedy Room. If orgies aren't your thing, but brutal, violent imagery is, well, check out Harikari stand-up comedy show for host Michael Say-Edian to open up with the show by describing the act of Harikari. It's a ritual suicide disembowelment by sword. And if you're hungry after that, try the avocado boats. They are deliciously adorable. That's going to be at Menya Ramen, Saturday, 8 p.m. on Colfax. Sunday, August 5th, we have Your Mom's Comedy Mic at Pearls in Cap Hill on 13th, hosted by Z Carrera. It is a new open mic with sign-up at 4:30 p.m., and every comic has to call their mother right at 5. Call your mothers. They are worried about you. 8 p.m. on Sunday, we have Shantytown in Five Points Neighborhood, hosted by Jeremy Peischer, who sweats ketchup, and yours truly. Shantytown is a white trash-themed traveling comedy house party show where laughter might be the best medicine, but it doesn't cure gonorrhea. Message Shantytown Party on Facebook or Instagram for the exact address. Monday, August 6th, we have Thick Skin, comedy at its rawest. Every Monday, 8 p.m., Downtown Comedy Works, hosted by Greg Baumhauer and Mike Stanley, or whoever's filling in for Mike Stanley when he misses his plane. Like, invent teleportation already, Mike. This is getting ridiculous. In other comedy news, the Whiskey and Cigarettes podcast started back up this week, which means 3 more white guys have a podcast, if anyone cares. Finally, check out all the information and show listings for Denver comedy and Colorado comedy at 5280comedy.com, because just like you've heard, every comic crushes here every night at every single show. And I've been Meghan DePonceau, and this has been the first installment of the Denver Comedy Update.